So it is Sunday afternoon, and I am in Grand Rapids, Michigan right now. I'm going to be staying over in this building I'm coming up toward, and I haven't met my host yet, but I met the host's sister. She was awesome. She was really interested in a lot of my ideas on economics and my story, and she's into finance as well. And so had a really great conversation. Later on, we're going to play some music and have a good old time. But for now, I'm just out on foot and enjoying some Grand Rapids and taking in some of the sights. But I wanted to kind of give you an update on my travels to get here on let's see, what was it? Wednesday, I guess, or Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. I left southeastern Ohio and had stayed at the Blue Rock Station, which I already shared a video on that. And southeastern Ohio is really beautiful, nice, kind of some rolling hills. You definitely notice some difference from West Virginia. And then once you get out of that 20 or so miles of nice rolling hills, you get into the other part of Ohio, which is flat with very straight roads. And so it was just cornfield after cornfield, which wasn't so bad, but they also have this wind. And you know, with my bike especially, because of all the guitar and everything, I got that big sail on it, you get a nice little gust of wind and that thing just like slams me off the road. And so it was pretty relentless in the afternoon. And of course, you know, I was riding toward the most windy part of the day in Ohio, which is all day. And so leaning into the wind all day, it just gets tiring and not the funnest ride that I've had in this trip, of course. And then, of course, I got into Indiana, and it decides to add rain to that. So I went through a little bit of rain, but not much. But I did make it to Indiana. And spent a few days at my sister's house, and spent time with my brother-in-law and my sister and my nephews, one of my nephews and my nieces. And I finally I figured out who all their kids were. They probably don't remember me at all, but that's okay. We had fun together. And then so Sunday morning today, I started riding through Indiana up to Michigan, and again, very straight roads. And I think I understand Mike Pence a little bit more right now, you know, when you're like riding down these straight roads and it's just straight all the time. When you do finally get to like a bend in the road, you're kind of like, ooh, that's a little bit of a twist there, mother. And you know, it's kind of sketchy. So got used to going straight for a long time. And then I actually went off to ride through Shipshewana, Indiana, because our Amish tour back in Sarasota always talks about Shipshewana. And you know, it was Sunday, so you know, pretty much the entire state of Indiana goes to church on Sunday. So I had the state to myself, so that was pretty nice. You're probably getting some wind right here. But not Chicago, where am I? Michigan is actually quite beautiful though. When you cross the state line, it still looked like Indiana for a while, but then the trees start to grow and they get bigger. And there were so many of these roads that I went through. They're like canopy roads. Just trees are just over them, and just really beautiful ride. Still a lot of straight roads, but they're kind of hilly. You know, when you're in Indiana or Ohio, and my GPS says, you know, in half a mile, turn right. Well, you can see half a mile ahead of you, and you can see exactly where that turn's going to be. But when you get into places that are a little more hilly, you kind of got to wait for it a little bit. So in Michigan, it was, you know, nice little hills to go over, and really beautiful. And coming into Grand Rapids, it's, you know, it starts to get more populated along Division Avenue with all these different mom and pop restaurants and such. And then you're in Grand Rapids, and it's a beautiful city. The buildings here are just it's just pretty. It's a really pretty state all around, and I like the character of it. The few towns I saw in Indiana are really cute, and they're quaint, and they're all adorable. I don't know if I could live there, or I don't know. I think I'd be better off living in Michigan, I think, but I don't even know if I could do this, because from what I hear, it gets really cold here in the wintertime, and I don't dig on cold. So I am just walking around other motorcyclists around town. And that's about it for where I am right now. So I'm just going to be here for the night, and then I'm going to be taking off tomorrow, finding my way to Illinois. And in case you want to track my travels, I'm hitting it pretty fast for the next couple of weeks, getting back down to Nashville, because I will be in a songwriter showcase at the Sutter Saloon on my birthday, August 4th. And so pretty much every place I visit here, I'm just staying for a night and moving on to the next spot. So from here, I'm going to Illinois, near Chicago, and then to 3 different stops in Wisconsin, 1 in Minnesota, 2 in South Dakota, 1 in Nebraska, 2 in Missouri, another 1 in Indiana, and then I will be back in Nashville for a little while, and then we'll find out what happens from there. But so far I'm really kind of digging Grand Rapids and just cruising around. So that's the update from where I am and how I got here and all that. So peace out.